Joey.
Tim.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. It's good to be back here talking to you.
Absolutely. Tell me about this weekend. It was,
man, I couldn't ask for much more out of the weekend. I mean, it started off, you know, everybody was talking about, you know, the new repairs made to the racetrack and stuff, and everybody's a little nervous about it because, you know, traction's everything on these Pro Street bikes. But, man, Jason Miller put the hammer down and gave us a racetrack that we can go fast on, and especially in the heat of the summer like this, he gave us a track capable of mid-90s all weekend. And we made every single full pass we made, like when a 690 something, except for one. That was a semi-final. So I couldn't say much more about this weekend, man. The team had everything on lock. We really communicated well. You know, all decisions were made through all of us, you know, and everybody gave their opinion, and we all settled on mutual things, and that's we've learned so much over the past, you know, 2 seasons to be able to communicate like that, and it's really coming together, man. I mean, this team, it's something else.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to believe it might get better.
And I mean, it can only go up, you know. I mean, everybody's happy, you know. We're all running good numbers, and I mean, my dad's happy. He's building motors. Demi's happy. We're winning races, going consistent 6s. And I hope Vance and Hines is happy. You know, we keep setting records and everything. Went 220 again this weekend, and then we set the record at 216, point like 69 or something like that. And yeah, man, I just can't say enough about this team.
You know, this weekend with Top Fuel, with the hoopla today, with the bands, with the bikini contest, with everything, it's like, you know, usually Pro Street is the show. It's the show from the time you unload to the time we're here in the winner's circle. And this weekend, there was a lot of competition. You guys probably were able to set back a little bit, and was it less pressure?
Yeah, you could definitely say that. I mean, it was. I mean, when all the people talk about are 680s, man, it wears you out. But I mean, yeah, it was great to see, you know, Larry here. Larry's a great friend of mine, and it's awesome to see a show here and really see the stands packed, and it was a really cool race. I mean, the music being about, you know, 10 feet away from the trailer, that was a little crazy, but I actually missed the bikini show. I slept through it.
Oh, well.
I was kind of bummed. I guess you got some good shots of it.
I do. So I got you covered there.
I'll have to check those out. But yeah, man, it was really great having Larry here. The side-by-side 5s, I've never seen that before.
It's never happened before.
Yeah, all the AMA days, and then it happens for Jason Miller, and that's really, I'm happy for Jason Miller.
Absolutely.
The first pass that Larry shows up here goes a 5. That just says so much about, you know, Jason and this track and this series, how seriously Jason takes this series. And, man, it's just an honor to not only compete in this series, but to be a front runner and to have, you know, a team like DME believe in me enough and trust me enough with a motorcycle to go out there and do what I do. It's unreal. It really is.
So, you and Larry being good friends and all, are we ever going to see you on a Top Fuel bike?
Man, first, I mean, I'm going to say no. That's not going to happen. Right? I mean, people ask me all the time if I would ever ride one of those, and I said if it was on a set of tracks and I knew and it was just going to go straight and stay upright, I'd do it just like anybody else. But no, man, I give them so much credit. It's so loud and obnoxious, and I don't know, I could never do that. They call me crazy for riding the street bike. But I guess it's just 2 different worlds. Just like the car guys versus the bike guys. They call us crazy, we call them crazy. We're all crazy in our own sense, I guess, you know?
I hear you. Should we try to work through the thank you list?
Yeah, I mean, well, of course we got to start with, you know, Team DM, like DME, you know, Demi and Andy and my dad for everything they do, and then of course, you know, everybody can see it, the big name on the bike, Vance and Hines. They've been behind us. They've been doing all of our cylinder head work. You know, they sent us that awesome sidewinder that we got on the bike that helped improve horsepower and all the aerodynamics, the way the bike handled. And I mean, they've been so supportive of us. They're happy with us. They're great, man. And it's just such an honor to be considered to be almost on the same team as Eddie and Andrew. I'm not saying I am by any means, but you know, that name is on my bike as well, and that's really cool because they're such good racers. They're role models to me, and then, you know, of course we got to thank, you know, NLR, you know, Penske Racing shocks, huge sponsor of us. Penske's awesome. You know, they always got the best shocks on the bike. And CP pistons, Carilla rods, Kinetic gasket, MTC clutches, Blau turbo. We got Lucas Oil. That's a huge personal sponsor of mine. They always got us with the best oil, and you know, keep those motors alive to go through the finals. And see who else we got, man. There's a laundry list, man. There's let's see, I think VP is a sponsor. Webcam is also a sponsor. I already got Cometic. I think that about rounds it out. I know. It's so hard because there's so many people that help us. Worldwide Bearing as well, and you know, it's hard to, you know, remember all of them, but there's so many, and I thank them all.
Your success has breeded a large list.
Well, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be out here.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the people around me, I couldn't do any of this racing.
Right.
So all of this is really just a shadow of them and what they put into me.
Yep.
You know, because if without them, there wouldn't be none of this.
All right. Well, congratulations, brother.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah. All right, Andy. It didn't seem like it was ever going to be a record-setting weekend for you guys, and you just sort of concentrated on going rounds. I mean, from the outside, that's the way it looked. What do you think?
Yeah, we've been trying some new stuff, and we've got a really fast bike that I think we could go 80s with, but I mean, the weather was just not in our favor, and then it was hot and muggy. The Saturday night session was really good. It was probably the best air and best conditions we had. We went I think a 95 on that one. And then you know, Jason's got a new spot out there on the track that he had to dig up and replace the asphalt, and he, you know, was really confident with it. And then the first pass on Friday when we went down the track, and he saw our bike smoke the tire out there, and I thought he was gonna die. You know, and he was coming over there looking in the computer and our data, wanting to know what's going on, and you know, and he was out. He stopped the session for like an hour and a half, went out there and worked on the track, and then that night he was out there past midnight dragging and doing his magic to it, and then it started coming around. And then after that, I mean, the track was perfect. Just the Pro Street bikes, the particular spot where the track had to be repaired was right where we have a gear shift and right where we're really applying power. So we had to be kind of tiptoe that area.
Yeah,
so
you had to move around a little bit.
Exactly. So that was one of the reasons why we probably didn't put up some of the biggest numbers we could have, just because we were being a little bit more cautious all weekend long. But then I think towards the end of the weekend we could have, if we had enough air to do it, which was a little rough.
Anything else about the team this week? And
yeah, we just struggled a little here and there. Jason's bike had a little issue with that and got it fixed, and then had a problem with some injectors, and I didn't have the replacement, so we were having to try and crutch the problem, and so we got it a little bit better, and then ended up making a run with his bike and Aaron's bike this morning, because Aaron was fighting wheelies, so we made a run in Pro ET this morning to try to get an extra pass. Got the bikes a little better, but just we were kind of behind the 8 ball on that, and both of them ended up getting beat. You know, the field was so tight that but everybody was fast. I mean, I think the number 5 qualifier was 7:05, so you know, it was a really fast field for this weather, and luckily this race a lot of times is 100, 105 degrees, and it's been in the 80s and 90s. But it's been real humid, and you know, the actual weather conditions weren't great, but it wasn't crazy hot.
Sure. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Terence, congratulations. Won a 7-second motorcycle race on a lovely August morning. a race that started back in March.
Exactly.
What did you think about today?
Well, what should I think about today? It started Friday, and as most people know, we had issues with the bike for 3 races, and it took a while to get the bike sorted out. Changed almost everything on the bike till we found the problem. Came to this race, the bike was still, we had to find a tuning bag, tune up. And the bike was still wasn't happy. Then Andy sorted out, and Andy just went and figured things out and tried stuff. Suddenly we got it clean, so got the fuel right. And just went rounds, went to the final. All in all, I'm really happy that I could at least finish that race, because 3 races not riding the numbers, you know, I guess you know how it feels. So
yeah, it gets frustrating, I'm sure.
Yeah, it gets really frustrating, but everybody stay calm, and I mean, especially Andy, Skip, and DME, you know, everybody thinking of what to do with the bike. So we start ordering stuff and changing stuff, and without any results, but finally we got it, and now it's like, no, we have something again. So, but so far I'm happy, man. Happy. Thank God I won that one.
Well, cheer up, because don't forget you won a race today.
Yes, I am. It's just, you know, the hard work that's behind it. It's if you are around, if you see like 8:30 or 8 o'clock we come out and we don't stop. It's just we go, and especially when like Joey's bike is acting up, Jay's bike is acting up, my bike is acting up, so everybody's working and trying to figure out stuff, trying to get the same.
Aaron's bike was obviously acting up.
Aaron's bike was acting up. He acted up, but you know, stuff like that, and it's just I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed, and just, you know, happy when this day is over. I mean, I'm happy I won. It's just tired, and now the work has come after then.
I hear you.
And we're not finished yet, so we have to start all over again.
Yeah. Who do you want to thank?
Well, to start with, I want to thank Andy, because Andy, for like I said, 3 races long, he's been like afterward messaging and trying stuff, and I call him, maybe it's this, maybe we have to think about this, take notes, order stuff, back to, and he don't stop, and he's the main man behind the whole thing, tuning wise, and I really have to thank Andy. Of course, Demi is always behind me too, and you know, whatever it needs, whatever it takes, we got to get them right. So let's work on this, and like I said, after hours too, and we stay in the shop, think about stuff. Skip still talks with me a lot, you know, we talk because we work together. Most of the time me and Skip stay till late in the shop, and Skip is also hard-working man to get the motors, everything exactly the same all the time. So I help him, you know, to try to get the tires like exactly the, you know, the temperatures, the cooling temperatures, the oil pressures, everything we try to, so we get things off that can go wrong, but still there's something bugging us.
Right.
We can't find it. But we will get there. Like you see, Joey went to 92, and then this pass he just, what, 34 or something, you know, something ain't right. So. Well,
I know, you know, the weather this weekend has definitely affected the track, like the track's changing constantly, and the weather's been changing, and it's been tricky.
That's
been a tricky weekend.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too, but yeah, like I said, that's the stuff that we try to figure out still and go fast. But yeah, that's Skip, Joey, I mean Jason Donegan, Mr. Donegan, they all behind. I don't have to forget my friends in Aruba, always texting me, and I know I don't text much back, but like they know I'm busy, but they always behind.
They were watching today on I had a live stream going today.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, they were watching.
my phone been going crazy, but I don't have time to sit there and play with my phone. So a lady came by and said, hey, your friends are saying they're watching you race. I'm like, oh, awesome. Say hello to them for me. So yeah, all these guys, I mean, really thank you very much, you know, just to be behind me and all the time, hey, you know, thinking of what I'm doing and how I'm doing, and trying to think also, solving issues. There's all the people, I mean, and all the sponsors. I mean, there's 10,000s of sponsors, you know. But yeah, especially the DME crew. I mean, without them, I could not be so far today. And you too. Thank you very much. Always covering and always checking, asking questions, how we're doing and stuff. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, sure. Joey, well, congratulations on, let's see, 1 win, 1 runner-up.
Yeah. I had to run my teammates in both finals. One time I had to run Terence. Another time I had to run Jason. I got lucky on the second one and won. I spun against both of them real bad, but we ended up Jason red lit, and we ended up winning one and runner-up in the other one.
Right.
We had a pretty good run in the semis, and it came out of nowhere. I don't know, the track was just there for us, and you know, it's been kind of hit or miss. You know, the whole day. You know, the weather keeps changing back and forth, and different bikes going down the tracks, going in different grooves, kind of messing with our consistency. So, I mean, but all of a sudden the thing just busted out at 692, like it was nothing. And,
right. That's pretty shocking.
Yeah. And I was like, right when I got back, I was like, turn it down. No way we're doing that again. But, you know, we looked at the weather and it was the same, roughly the same. I was like, I'll just leave it alone. It might go out there and do the same thing. We were wrong. They couldn't make it but 10 feet. And then it just went up in smoke.
Right. Well, you know, you didn't need it that time.
I guess sometimes it's just better to be lucky.
Right. What was your closest round today?
I don't even know. Doug Gall probably with a today
or the weekend, yesterday too, actually.
I got to think of who I ran all of yesterday. Nanu couldn't make the round, so I had a bye, and then I had to run John Gover. That was pretty close actually, because he jumped out ahead of me because I was spinning. I had to play catch up, go around him. That was pretty close. And then, of course, we waited till this morning for Terence and I to run, and I didn't move but 6 inches off the starting line this morning. And Terence just walked away with it. And then first round of this race, I had a bye. And then second round, I had Doug Gall.
Right.
And that was probably the closest race. But I mean, we went at 92 to his like 20 something.
Right.
That's probably the closest race.
Right.
And then we had.
That's not very close.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing when it comes to Pro Street, you very seldom get a race that close, just because there's so many variables. You know, this guy, both bikes could spin the tire, or just this bike could spin the tire, one bike could wheelie. So it's normally a pretty big gap. It's whoever lays down the best pass, really. I think I've only had a handful of really close races, you know?
Right.
That's just the nature of the class, you know?
Right. You also picked up a win in Valdosta, and I know you sent me some stuff about that, but why don't you tell me about that again? Well,
that Valdosta, I guess right when it comes to my mind is the final round against Walter, and what happened was we lined up, we get ready to go, and I do my burnout, and I go to we're both pre-staged, and I go to get on my two-step, and the RPMs just go right past where they're supposed to go. Clutch started to engage, it pulled me through. But luckily the starter hadn't, you know, flipped the switch yet. I backed it out. I was like, all right, you got to think of something. You don't got a two-step. I was like, all right, I guess you just got to ride this thing, and I just started revving it up until I felt it was right, and then I just left like a street bike, like a real street bike. I even held it. I don't know if it did anything, but I was like riding the clutch a little bit. It's got a Gen 2, so I don't think it did anything, but and then it just kind of coasted off to like a 720 win.
Right.
That was a cool win for me because it wasn't just like so cookie cutter, like you just grab the throttle, let go, and hit the shift points. Right. It actually involved some thinking rather than because I mean Pro Street has over the course of the past 10 years has taken a turn from actually riding the bike to just tuning it and just hopping on it and doing a series of events, like doing a series of processes, like just hitting your shift points basically. Yep. So it was cool to actually be able to ride the motorcycle and feel it and actually be successful with it, and making the right decision under pressure. Yeah, that was cool. That was very rewarding for me, and it was definitely the most rewarding win I've had in probably 2 years, honestly. It really was, because it was just cool. It was just different. Right. And what happened to Walter? He said his airline came off or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't think he was too happy about me having to back out, in and out, But I told him it wasn't. I wasn't trying to be malicious. I wasn't trying to mess with him. I just you get used to having something, like a two-step for so long, then when it's not there, it just takes you by surprise. So you gotta be on your toes. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't malicious by any means, but I just did what I had to do. Who do you want to thank? Who don't I want to thank? Of course, I got to thank Team DME, for giving me the bike to ride, and Vance and Hines for being such a big part of the team this year, and really stepping up and giving us a great racing head, great exhaust system that we put on a turbo bike, which is pretty cool. I want to thank Lucas Oil. I want to thank Blau Turbo. I want to thank NLR, Catalyst Racing Composites. They should actually be up there before a lot of people. They give us so much stuff, and they're such a great sponsor. And who else do you want to thank? Robinson Industries, of course Orient Express for sponsoring the class. Let's see, Webcam, Cometic Gasket, and let's see, Worldwide Bearing, MTC, and then I don't know why I always say it last, but Eat My Ink, man. Giving us the great shots. Anything else? That's all, man. That's all I got. All right, congratulations, man. Good luck at Atco. Appreciate it. We'll see you out there. Track, I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's the closest one. Yeah. About 2 hours. Yeah. Me and Ricky. Where it all started. Yeah. The Ricky and Joey battles, and the Nick Mazeka and Ricky battles. Yep. Oh man, that's a great track. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better of the showing this year. Last year it was first round and out. Had a little trouble with the boost line, so hopefully we can keep everything together and make some good passes and go some rounds. That's good, man. See you then. Cool. Hey, Jason. You did a good job getting to the final today. And then what?
It's a tough field, and Joey's been running good all weekend, and we were probably the 3rd or 4th fastest bike, and I went in a little deep on Joey, tried to cut his head off on the tree, and I red lighted, and then he had some trouble, and probably would have been a win for me, but it is what it is, and that's racing.
I hear you. Well, you have a chance to regroup at the track where you won your first MIROCK Pro Street race next time around at Atco. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like Atco. I'm really looking forward to getting back to a track that Jason Miller prepares. They're by far superior, and this weekend was very tough. A lot of Pro Street bikes struggled, and I'm proud to be part of this team, and we'll be about many more final rounds.
Oh, cool, man.
Thanks, brother.
See you at Atco.
Thanks, brother.
Then we started this race, and so far so good. We tried different setup, and we went backwards. So the bike started acting up again. So that's when Donegan won this race. So I guess I'm still in 2nd place with the points, so that's good.
Yeah. Still got, what we got? 3 races left.
Yeah, 3 races left.
So including your the October race.
Yeah, so that's why we don't try much stuff, but we're working on stuff to get the bikes moving and just to get ready for that race too. So hopefully Atco, the bike will be, tomorrow we start again and taking it apart again and try to check data and see what we can find. But hopefully for Atco we got it right, and then it's tuning it up for the medal.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
All right, man.
Have a good, congratulations, and I'll see you at Atco.
Thank you. See you at Atco.
All right.